Hi, this is Chuck Oliver. Welcome to this week's Hidden Wealth Solution Review. Well, I want to talk to you about the importance of election retirement protection. I've heard from boomers and retirees from all over this country terrified of taxes and extremely concerned about volatility to their retirement savings. I'll give you an example. Edward Jones had a study out recently dubbed the 4 pillars of the new retirement. And 63% of retirees who are interested in working with financial advisors to figure out what they can do to protect themselves want someone who can suggest strategies, right, around their savings to protect them from market volatility. In fact, that was number one, advising on strategy to protect downside with more upside. Secondly, was determining how much income tax could be protected. Well, folks, let's start with the election protection for retirement protection with tax protection. Let me give you an example. Joe Biden's proposed budget, this is according to an article from reason.com, would hike spending, raise taxes, and further inflate the national debt. A survey by Nationwide revealed that over 1/3 of current retirees didn't consider how taxes could impact their income when they were planning for retirement. In fact, less than half said they know how to leverage their financial accounts to minimize their tax burden. One of the greatest disruptors, folks, of wealth and its potential is taxation. Many want to know, Chuck, how can I get well positioned to protect myself from not just market volatility, but tax volatility? And I think of one particular client who we actually met with recently, who had actually shared, Patty from North Carolina. She said, I've already started to move money from IRA to Roth IRA because of my fear of what the election outcome could be, as well as the fact that even with Trump reelected, the Tax Cut and Jobs Act eventually going to go away. And I know I'm going to get killed in taxes. In fact, we hear of these fears and concerns described as killed, destroyed, hammered, drilled, and decimated. Folks, people are being pushed into higher tax brackets by running out and doing not the right Roth conversions, taking too much out of their IRAs, exposing 85% of their Social Security to be taxed, pushing up their higher Medicare Part B and D premium penalties, and losing somewhere around these $10,000 to $20,000 a year of government gotchas that could be avoided. Well, election market protection. Many want to know, how can I best position myself to where I can really even figure out where my finances are? We had a client the other day that really thought he was conservative. His allocation analysis came back. He's way aggressive. So if the market gets hit, he's going to get hit even harder. So people are looking to make sure that they're anchored down and protected. But there's ways that you can do that with upside without downside, or drastically reducing your downside without giving up on the upside. And I think about Bill from Colorado having concerns, right, of knowing he needs to get a certain percent of return in order to support his lifestyle. And as he said it, look, I'm worried. I'm worried about this election. I'm worried about the fact I don't get another chance at this. I can't afford to make mistakes. I want to stay in control. Folks, go to retirementprotected.com. That's retirementprotected.com. And let me teach you election retirement protection, upside without downside, market protection, tax protection from crashes, correction, as well as a Joe Biden tax Armageddon. That's retirementprotected.com, retirementprotected.com. Folks, it's your money. You've worked hard for it. Let's get to work. It's a complimentary educational webinar, but you've got to hurry. Learn insights. As one client said, you're right. You can't be aware of something you've never been made aware of. Imagine more financial success, more upside with reducing or eliminating downside, getting rid of Uncle Sam and the IRS out of your IRAs, as well as your children's inheritance. Retirementprotected.com, retirementprotected.com.